I had, it would be directed at her. So the name of the song changed that night. It was just called Right Reasons. But on my CD, you will see it says Right Reasons, and in parentheses it says for Kaya. So for all the grandkids out there and kids, all of us. In a city full of concrete, be the blade of grass sticking through the sidewalk. In a circus tent full of tight ropes, be the net. In a long week full of Mondays, be asleep in Sunday morning. In a casino full of penny slots, be $1 million long shot bet. And if you gotta be guilty of all the good things. If you wanna be rich in all the real ways. If you gotta be crazy like Jesus. If you wanna be famous, make sure you're famous for all the right reasons. In a summer full of 103, be a water fight out in the front yard. In a kitchen drawer full of scissors, be the tape. In an ocean full of hurricane, be the rock that holds the anchor. In a prison full of walls, be the key that opens a gate. And if you gotta be guilty of all the good things. If you wanna be rich in all the real ways. If you gotta be crazy like Jesus. If you wanna be famous, make sure you're famous for all the right reasons. There's a lot of things that you can be, but you won't end up something you're proud of accidentally. So if you gotta be guilty of all the good things. If you wanna be rich in all the real ways. If you gotta be crazy like Jesus. If you wanna be famous, make sure you're famous for all the right reasons. If you wanna be famous, make sure you're famous for all the right reasons.
You know, Scott, we talked about doing 3 in a row, but I tell you what we're going to do. We're going to go to commercial break. These commercial breaks, we love them. We love them because it's people that support us. And by the way, while I'm on that subject, all of you know to shop local, right? Exactly. We're going to go to commercial break, but I tell you what, when we come back, we're going to do 3 storytelling songs in a row. Am I right? Isn't he a great storyteller right here on Friendly Live? Y'all come back.
Every truck and SUV is on sale at Platinum Chevrolet.
New 2021 Silverados start at only $37,999, or choose from new 2021 Trailblazers and buy for under $20,000.
Don't miss Truck Month at Platinum Chevrolet.
Need a part for the right price? Look for that red and blue sign. Henley Auto Supply at 1510 Stonewall. Over 800,000 CarQuest parts to choose from. Domestic, European, and Asian parts. Henley Auto Supply at 903-455-1969. 455-1969. Henley Auto Supply has the right parts to keep your vehicle running and backed by the best hometown service. Henley Auto Supply. Great people, great products, great prices. Henley Auto Supply and CarQuest.
And we are live from the stage of the Texan Theater in downtown Greenville, Texas. It's Friendly Live. Brought to you each and every Wednesday by Platinum Chevrolet Cadillac in downtown Terrell, Texas, and Henley Auto Supply right here in Greenville, Texas. I have a couple next to me, Debbie and Gary, and today is a special day for them. So Scott and I got together. Well, it started with Ian, our producer, but we got together, and I asked Scott, I said, we got a couple in the audience today that's doing 20 years. He said, oh, my. And I said, what can we do? So he's going to do something, Debbie, Gary, just for you. So put your hands together for Scott White.
Well, thank you very much. Now, y'all are welcome to sit down because this is going to take a minute to play this song and do all that. I don't want you to stand up the whole
anniversary.
time. But happy anniversary.
Good.
This song fits the situation perfectly. It's not a happy anniversary song, but a funny thing happens when you write songs. Sometimes you make a song up completely because that's just where the story goes, and then you get done, and you think to yourself, well, it's also still true about my wife and I. And it's one of the things I love about songwriting. I was on my porch in Poetry, Texas one day, and this line popped in my head. It said, they got married by Elvis in a drive-through chapel in Vegas. And I don't drink or do drugs or anything. That stuff pops in my head. I don't know why. And that couple sounded interesting to me. So I started running down that road, wanted to figure out what their story was. I got the song started. I took it to my buddy Jared Hart up in Nashville, and we spent a couple different days on it. And like I said, when we got done, everything except for one detail in the song is completely made up. But it's still true about my wife and I. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you the real story first. And then I'm going to sing you the made-up story. In 1989, this pretty young lady named Brenda walked into a car dealership in Dallas, Texas to buy a car. And I sold cars. I like to say I sold her a car and a family for $314 a month. She just didn't read the fine print. But anyway, I sold her a car, and I gave her my card, and I said, hey, call me. And she did. And our first date was Grandy's Fried Chicken at White Rock Lake. Yeah, and that went pretty good. So we went out some more and some more and some more. And then we did something really you're not supposed to do. It's backwards order. And we made a baby while we were dating. Yeah, I don't know if you've heard that's not really the way to do it. But once we both knew that, we were both determined to give that baby the best chance it could have at having two parents, because we know what a big deal that is in this world today. So we got to the business of getting to know each other. I mean, really getting to know each other, right? And on Valentine's Day of 1990, just a few months later, I knew that I loved her. So I asked her to marry me at the dinner table in front of Mom, because who's going to say no in front of Mom? I like to say I trapped her. About 5 weeks later, we had that baby. About 5 months later, we got married at the Justice of the Peace in Garland, Texas. And when we got to the part where we put the rings on each other's fingers, we hadn't got them sized yet, so they were way too big. We put them on each other's fingers, we put our hands down at our side, and the rings just fell off and bounced all over the tile floor in the courthouse. Yeah, it was wonderful. And the Justice of the Peace, I could tell he kind of rolled his eyes just a little bit, shook his head just a little bit. I know he's thinking, man, these kids don't have a chance in hell. But you know what? Speaking of anniversaries, on August 10th, we celebrated our 32nd wedding anniversary. Right. By the grace of God and the grace of my wife. And I'll tell you this, my favorite part about that whole story is that God didn't look at us and say, you didn't start the way I told you to, so you're on your own. I'm out. Good luck. He's been with us this whole time because he's awesome. So if you started out some kind of way that all your friends and family thought, man, they're crazy, that ain't going to work. Well, crazy's only crazy till it works. got married by Elvis in a drive-through chapel in Vegas. They knew he was crazy. He thought, hell, what if we make it? How could it be to tell the children and the grandchildren it was 1,000,000 to 1 shot and we were the 1 in 1,000,000? She sold waffles and eggs, hot coffee and smiles at the diner. He sold Subarus and Hondas and one-liners. He was a loser, but thank God she was a finder. He was a misser all day, she was a love him all nighter. Dreams can still be dreams after you wake up, and fights are only fights until you make up. Brave is only brave if there's a chance it's gonna hurt, and crazy's only crazy till it works. He gave $2,500 to a roughneck in Laredo for a flat-nosed fixer-upper, Winnebago. He sold everything except his Martin and her daddy's mandolin. He said, trust me, baby, whatever comes, we can handle it. And dreams can still be dreams after you wake up, and fights are only fights until you make up. Brave is only brave if there's a chance it's gonna hurt, and crazy's only crazy till it works. Yeah, crazy's only crazy till 50 years go by and you look back and realize that all along this wild, wild ride, all the wrong turns turned out right. And dreams can still be dreams after you wake up, and fights are only fights until you make up. Brave is only brave if there's a chance it's gonna hurt, and crazy's only crazy till it works. Yeah, crazy's only crazy till it works. They got married by Elvis in a drive-through chapel in Vegas. They knew he was crazy. Thank you very much, y'all. I appreciate that. There is a t-shirt over there for that song, too. It says crazy's only crazy till it works. And it's on scottshawnwhite.com and all that stuff. This is the best I've been about mentioning socials and websites ever, by the way. I just want to tell you I'm making progress. This next song is also on my record. I wrote this song back in 2008, thinking about God's grace. And honestly, I was thinking about what a mess I am. And how I would have given up on me a long time ago, but he doesn't do that. And so that's how the song was born. And then a few years later, my brother Daniel came to a show and he said, hey man, are you going to play my song tonight? I said, what do you mean, your song? I didn't know he had a song. And he said the title of this song. He said, God's Not Me. And I smiled because I understood then why he thought it was his song. My brother had been an addict and an alcoholic for 25 years, from around age 15 to about age 40. And when he was 40 years old, his wife died of a cocaine and heroin overdose when they went partying one night. And about 6 months after that, he had gotten clean and sober. My brother Daniel passed away last year on March 21st, but when he passed away, he had been clean and sober for 27 years. Yeah. So, I guess this is Daniel's song. If it was me, and I'd have had to watch that boy take his first drink back behind the barn when he was just 15, I'd have took a deep breath and shook my head. If if it was me. And through the years I'd have seen him lose most everything. His wife, his kids, his job, his dignity, in a whiskey flood. I'd have thrown my hands up and said enough's enough. I'd have turned my back and walked away, left me to drown in my mistakes, washed my hands of it all and just let me be. But thank God, God's not me. If it was me, that guy would have never got a second chance to crawl out of that bottle, walk like a man, be a dad again, the one he should have been. If it was me, I'd have locked him out of that church down on where he started to face his demons and forgive himself. When he hit his knees, begging, Father, please, can you hear me? I'd have turned my back and walked away, left me to drown in my mistakes, washed my hands of it all and just let me be. But thank God, God's not me. And I know that there will come a day when I walk up to those pearly gates. He'll look at me and we'll both know that if I was him, I'd tell me exactly where to go. And I turn my back and walk away, leave me to drown in my mistakes, wash my hands of it all and just let me be. But thank God, I thank God, God's not me.
Yeah. Man, I tell you, folks, if you don't have, if you want to hear it again, the CDs are right here. I got to tell you something right quick. It is Hump Day Happy Hour at 5 o'clock here at the Texan Theater, and today is going to be the Nightingale Singers. Is that right, Bill? The Nightingale Singers. And thanking other people in this organization, would you put a big hand together for the staff of the Texan Theater? Woo! I want to tell you, Scott, when you come to the Texan Theater, you're treated like royalty. You're treated, every need is right here when it comes to service. Is it not true? Yes. I tell you what, I'm going to shut up because we're going to do one more. I know the producer's saying, we got to do a commercial, No, one more from Scott White.
Thank you very much. This next song I wrote with my friends Barrett Baber and Terry Joe Box one day in Nashville about 5-6 years ago. And we were at Barrett's house to write that day, and Terry Joe and I were waiting down in the basement where we were going to write because Barrett was upstairs getting his then 3-year-old daughter ready for daycare. And as he tells the story, he was trying to explain to his 3-year-old daughter that she could not wear high heels to daycare. Anybody had a daughter like that? And so somewhere in that father-daughter conversation, his parental frustration came out as he said, God bless the boy. He got her off to daycare. He walked down the stairs. He said, why don't we write a song called God Bless the Boy? I have 2 daughters. Mine are a little further down the road. They're 32 and 29. But I was totally on board, and so was Terry Joe. And so this song is mostly about Barrett's daughter. It's got some of my daughters in there, some of my son-in-laws in there. It's also definitely got some of my wife and I's prayers in there. I don't know how it is with boys because we just had the 2 girls, but man, I know when those girls got to junior high and high school, we prayed hard for them to find a good man. I mean hard. Because you want to find a young man who treasures your treasure. And they have. At least those young men are doing great so far, which I'm happy about because I wasn't made for prison. Mr. Cody Johnson has 2 daughters as well. And he heard this song on his bus in Nacogdoches, Texas at his show. My friend played it for him right before Cody was going on stage. And my friend said, man, I've never seen Cody cry about a song. But he started crying before we even got to the chorus. And he said, turn that off. I can't listen to that right before I go on stage for my show. I'll listen to it after. And he did. And it's on his new album, Human. It's my first major label cut. And I hope it pays off my house. She won't let me help her tie her shoes. No, daddy, I can do it myself. When she don't get her way, she'll cross her arms and hold her breath. She's a handful, she's a mess, digging in the dirt in her princess dress. Goes from tiny tornado to sleeping on my chest. God bless the boy that melts the way I do. When she smiles at him the first time, he'll be done, yeah, he'll be through. Give him patience and kindness and a heart that's full of her, and the sense to know what she's worth. 'Cause ain't nobody ever gonna be good enough. So God bless the boy she decides to love. Hope his daddy's teaching him how to shake my hand and look me in the eye. Taking him fishing and busting his butt when he ain't acting right. Hope he's in every prayer his mama says. Learns to work for every dollar he gets, and has a sense of humor, gonna need a full girl like this. God bless the boy that melts the way I do. When she smiles at him the first time, he'll be done, yeah, he'll be through. Give him patience and kindness and a heart that's full of her, and the sense to know what she's worth. 'Cause ain't nobody ever gonna be good enough. So God bless the boy she decides to love. God bless the boy who melts the way I do. When she smiles at him the first time, he'll be done, yeah, he'll be through. There ain't nobody ever gonna be good enough. So God bless the boy she decides to love. God bless the boy she decides to love.
I tell you what, you know, I could see why he wouldn't want that song sung before he did. Oh, man. All right, we're going to commercial break. When we come back, we're going to find out a little bit more about who is Scott White right here at the Texan Theater in downtown Greenville, Texas. It's Friendly Live. Y'all come back with us.
Carol Hoops and Trey Warren at C&R Floors invite you to their new location for the same quality products, service, and installation they have provided for over 20 years. C&R Floors, 2706 Highway 69 South in Greenville.
When you've got a real emergency on your hands, you need a full-service ER team on your side. And only Hunt Regional Healthcare offers complete care for emergencies. We've got emergency medicine certified physicians, trauma certified nurses, specialty surgeons, respiratory therapists, and an on-site full-service lab and imaging to help you get back to living your best life. Hunt Regional Medical Center, the right choice for complete care.
Are you tired of those big chain tire dealers giving you the runaround? Are you not getting the customer service you deserve? If not, call me and I will wrench the competition. Come see us at Discount Wheel and Tire at 4609 Wesley in Greenville. Discount Wheel and Tire, and we will get you all that you deserve.
All right, we are live from the Texan Theater in downtown Greenville, Texas. Friendly live, that is. Brought to you each and every Wednesday by Platinum Chevrolet Cadillac in downtown Terrell, Texas, and Henley Auto Supply right here in Greenville, Texas. Hey, Rich. Hey, Rich, how you doing? All right. All right, folks, I tell you what, I'm going to shut up for, can we do 2, 3? Can we do 3? I think the audience would like to have 3 in a row. Okay, we can do 3 in a row. Would you put your hands together for Scott White?
Well, thank you very much.
Oh, by the way, hold on. Wait a minute. I'm see. Is he up there? Yes. There is someone in the audience, Scott. Now he's not that ugly on camera, but I want to tell you right now. The first thing that he can ask you, if you're an artist and you're going to play at the Texan Theater,
yeah.
You know what he's going to say?
What?
You got any train songs? So, folks, in the booth up here, one Mr. Boxcar Jim. All right, Scott White.
Well, you know, before commercial break, he said that we were going to get to know Scott Sean White a little better. So there is no better way than for me to play you this song right here. It is the title track off of my record over there. And I was driving down the road in Dallas, Texas one day in my 20s, early 20s. And this memory popped in my head that I hadn't thought about in years, since I was a little kid. And it was a memory of a day that my dad picked me up from school down there in Kerrville, elementary school, I think late elementary maybe. And picked me up from school, drove me home. And it was the first and last time I ever said the N-word. I had heard some boy call one of my friends that on the playground that day, and I didn't know what it was. And so on the way home, I asked my dad, I said, Daddy, what's a boop? And he grabbed my arm, and he pulled the car over the side of the road, and he skidded in the gravel a little bit. And he gave me this 2 or 3 minute speech about it doesn't matter the color of a man's skin, and you don't ever say that word, and just lit into me in the best way. The problem, though, with the memory, when it popped in my head in my 20s, was that this was the same guy, the same man, that I had seen pull his fist back and his hand back and hit my mom many times growing up. And so when I remembered that he did something good for me, and not just something a little good, he did something really, really good for me. When I remembered that, to be honest with you, it pissed me off. Because I just wanted to hate that guy completely. I just wanted that guy to be all bad. And in that moment, I realized he wasn't all bad. And it was the beginning of me reconciling the childhood that you can imagine goes with all that. It was also the beginning of me figuring out that people are a lot more complicated than I wanted to think they were, including myself. Now, I didn't write this song, though, till I was 40 years old. I couldn't have written it when I was 25 or 30 or even 35. I didn't see things this way then. But it's the title track to my record. It starts my record off because every word of it is true. My daddy hit my mama on more than one occasion, but he also saved my ass a time or two. To this day I ain't quite sure if I love him or hate him. Through these tinted windows it's hard to see the truth. Of all the things he said to me, what he never said hurt worse. But not everything he said led me the wrong way. Like the time I heard that boy at school call my friend the N-word. When I asked my daddy what that meant, he slammed on his brakes, pulled right over, said, "Son, hear me good now. Don't you ever let that word come out your mouth." Go figure. Some people run with the devil and walk with Jesus. At their best, they are your heroes, and at their worst, they are your demons. I guess in the end, you have to call it even. My mama hit the bottle till the bottle hit her back. That was the only fight she ever lost. Man, I wish you could have known her back before all that. You'd have seen the southern angel who carried my cross. She was the only thing between me and hell. And all the while she was drowning herself. Some people run with the devil and walk with Jesus. At their best, they are your heroes, and at their worst, they are your demons. I guess in the end, you have to call it even. I know I ain't my mama, and I damn sure ain't my daddy. But then again, maybe there's something in my voice, something in my choices, something in my walk, my talk, my way. I just don't know, but God, I hope not. And God, I hope so. 'Cause at their best, they were my heroes, and at their worst, they are my demons. I guess in the end, I have to call it even. And call it even. My daddy hit my mama on more than one occasion, but he also saved my ass a time or two. Thank you very much. It's nice to play a room that is listening. So if you see me in a different venue, I will play a lot more up-tempo songs that still have meat on the bone. But when I get the chance to play in a room where people are paying attention to the words, I just get to do my thing and tell you my stories and sing you the songs that mean the most to me. So I appreciate you. This next song is also on my record over here, and it's called Humankind. My friend Helene Cronin had seen this hashtag on the internet, hashtag Humankind, and I had an idea about how to write it. And so we sat down, spent a couple of days on it, and the first day, we were figuring out how to write it because we didn't want to beat you over the head with it or preach to you. So we wanted to tell you without telling you. And so we talked about stories of kindness that we had seen with our own eyes, that we had lived ourselves. And one of the things we talked about that first day was her oldest daughter, who had been a hospice caregiver for a while. And that's a hard job, and it takes a certain gift and a certain talent. And that kind of turned into or inspired our first verse. We also talked about getting bullied a little bit that day because, as I like to say, I was not always 6'4" and 235. I grew late. I grew my junior year, and there's a story from my high school days, late my junior year, that kind of turned into our second verse. The other thing we talked about a lot that day was my brother Joey, who had Down syndrome, and Joey lived with me and my family, my wife and my kids, most of my adult life. He passed away about 6.5 years ago. And we wrote this song about 2.5 years after he passed. And we talked about Joey for the obvious reasons, I think. If anybody's ever been around Down syndrome kids, they are just naturally the kindest people on the planet. They're the best at love. They're the best at being good humans, right? So we talked about Joey a lot. He did not end up in the lyric of the song, but the song wouldn't exist without him. And my favorite story about Joey that I have to tell you real quick, that has nothing to do with the song, but has everything to do with Joey. It's probably 25 years ago. Joey and I walk into a Subway restaurant, and I grab lunch, and we walk in, and there's a sandwich bar here, and a row of booths here, and a row of booths over here. And in the corner booth on this side is an old friend of mine that I'd known forever named Charlie. He's an older Asian gentleman. That'll be important in a minute. Okay, he owned a music store in Dallas, and I used to wait tables on him and his family when I was a teenager at Red Lobster, and I just hadn't seen him in a while. So Joey and I walk in. Joey's right on my hip. We walk in. I see Charlie. I walk right over, shake Charlie's hand. Hey, man, how you doing? It's good to see you. How's the family? Da-da-da-da-da. So I get done shaking his hand. Joey shakes his hand and then looks at him and goes, Kung Fu. Yeah, no, that really happened. No, I'm not making that up. And of course, I'm slightly panicked. I'm like, sorry about that. And I'm grabbing Joey's shirt and pulling him up. Charlie, get over here. And, Charlie's like, of course, Charlie's cool. He's like, hey, man, don't worry about it. Everybody says I look like Bruce Lee. Well, Joey's not done. Joey goes, yeah. Wax on, wax off. Yeah. The day almost killed my Down syndrome brother in a Subway restaurant. Thank you for the song, Joey. He's an old man, a hard man, who can't hold on to nothing. Not his razor, not his temper, not his tongue. She's a young nurse, a sweet girl, who comes in every morning, makes his bed, shaves his face, cleans him up. She's been there 3 years now. He's seen one of his kids ever come around. So she drives in on a Sundays off to play a game of gin and take him for a walk. And for a little while, he forgets to be mad. He remembers how to tell a joke and make a pretty girl laugh. The hurt goes away and the lonely fades with just a smile and the gift of a little time. Nothing eases human pain like human kind. She's the new kid in a new town for the third time in 2 years. In high school can be cruel when you're different. He can tell when she walks in, she's a trust nobody who could use a friend. He takes a seat beside her no one wants to take. And in the lunchroom, that's a pretty big thing. And for a little while, she forgets to be scared. She remembers for a minute what it's like to fit in somewhere. The hurt goes away and the lonely fades with just a smile and the gift of a little time. Nothing eases human pain like human kind. It don't take much to help someone, to save someone. 'Cause for a little while we forget to give up. We remember what it's like when someone walks this road with us. The hurt goes away and the lonely fades with just a smile and the gift of a little time. Nothing eases human pain like human kind.
Wow. Oh. Whoa. Boy, that touched the heart. I would say that person would be a caregiver for an individual like that. And it goes, for me, we have an organization here in Greenville, Hunt County, called Remember For Me. It is dedicated to the servicing for helping caregivers here in our community. So what a great song. What a great artist today. Right, Larry? You agree? Yeah. All right, we are going to commercial break. I've got the producer. He's like this. That's commercial break. So we're coming back to the Texan Theater in downtown Greenville, Texas for Friendly Live. Y'all come back with us.
Company coming? Make sure they stay with us. At Best Western Plus, we'll treat them right. Like hot complimentary breakfast, spacious rooms, a glorious pool, fitness and business center, and best of all, a friendly staff. Our large, flexible meeting rooms are great for business and social get-togethers. Best Western Plus, just off of Interstate 30 near Cracker Barrel. Staying with us is always a plus. Best Western Plus in Greenville.
Hi, I'm Kathy with Long Branch Dental Center. Lumineers are porcelain glass shells that fit over the top of your teeth and give them a dynamite look. You can change the shape, the size, and the color. So call today to ask about Lumineers. Long Branch Dental Center, making North Texas more beautiful, one smile at a time.
And we are live at the stage of the Texan Theater in downtown Greenville, Texas. It is Friendly Live, brought to you each and every Wednesday by Platinum Chevrolet Cadillac in downtown Terrell, Texas, and Henley Auto Supply, right here in our community of Greenville, Texas. And John Nelson, you know it's a great community, right? I want to tell you, folks, this has been a great show today. We're not over yet. How many minutes we got left? 8 minutes left, and I know he's going to sing 2 more songs before we get out of here. So would you put your hands together for our artist today? 1, Scott White.
Thank you very much. The story for this song is real easy. This is how I see the whole Jesus thing. Imagine you're back in the wild, wild west. You're standing in the gallows, a rope around your neck. You'll be hanging for something, there ain't no doubt you did, when a man out in the crowd says, take me instead. And you don't know why, but they let him. Why did they let him? Wouldn't you tell everyone about that guy and what he did that day? Wouldn't you spend every minute, the rest of your life, making his name famous? Now imagine you're walking down some old dirt road. A few days later, your heart's just broke. You'd give anything, yeah, anything, to see him one more time, just to thank him. Then you look up and he's by your side, and he's walking and talking, breathing. Wouldn't you tell everyone about that guy and what he did that day? Wouldn't you spend every minute, the rest of your life, making his name famous? Famous. If something like that ever happened to me, I'd follow that man wherever he leads. Wouldn't you? Wouldn't you tell everyone about that guy and what he did that day? Wouldn't you spend every minute, the rest of your life, making his name famous?
Wow. All right, I'm going to tell you what, we're going to do another one. When I heard that, I heard that song last night, and when I heard that song last night, I thought, man, that has got to be a part of the Rev show, because we do the Rev every Monday through Friday, noon to 3 on friendlyradio.com. It is the Rev playing some of the greatest Christian gospel music around, and his music will be on, I'm sure, that when the Rev hears that song, it's got to be. So we're not going to go to commercial break, because I guess I'm excited about the music today. And next week, remember this. There was an artist that came here last month, Randy C. Moore. And when you hear Randy C. Moore, you're going to be hearing about Lukenbach. He's coming back the 19th, which is next Wednesday. And y'all come back and support him just like you've come out today and supported this artist. And would you put your hands together again for Scott White? And remember, keep it in your boot.
Thank you again. You know, and one thing I have not told y'all in the course of these stories yet today is I split my time between poetry and Nashville, Tennessee. I'm a staff songwriter up there. And so I try to write songs for big famous people, and but along the way I've collected a bunch of songs that mean a lot to me, and that's what I've gotten to play for you today. God Bless the Boy, you may hear on your radio. There's another song on that Cody Johnson record called Made a Home that I wrote with Cody and my friend Jesse Robb Jr. So go check those out, and there's some other songs by other artists out there. You can find out about all that on my website. But I'm going to play you this song right here. Yes, sir.
And if I don't, I'm going to get fired.
You're going to what?
I'm going to get fired. I'm telling you that. Man, I've been shaking like a possum eating persimmons. I'm telling you, it's getting to be. No, there's one person that we all are thankful for in Greenville, Texas, especially Friendlee Live, and that is the owner of this establishment, which is one of the greatest venues in all Northeast Texas, my opinion. Would you say a big old thank you to Barbara Horan? Thank you, Barbara. All right, now, Scott, you can just play out because, listen, I'm going to go out there and listen.
This song is the second song on my CD right after Call It Even. It is second for a very specific reason. This song is about my wife, and to come from the childhood that I told you about and Call It Even to the completely different life in every way that I have with Brenda really is crazy but true, and that's what the name of this song is, Crazy But True. You can take a man and put him on the top of a rocket, shoot him to the moon and get him back home. You can take a couple 100,000 pounds of steel and make it fly or make it float. The sky ain't really there and it ain't blue, crazy but true. Clouds turn into rain, turn into clouds, turn into rain, fills up the ocean, fills our eyes and rolls down our face. The moon flies round the earth, flies round the sun, just far enough, just close enough to feel it shining, shining down on us. And I get to wake up every day next to you, crazy but true. There's about 1 million words that I could use out there, but when I look at you, I can't think of one. 7 billion hearts out there beating in the dark. You walked into mine and turned the light on. You don't find love, it finds you, crazy but true. Clouds turn into rain, turn into clouds, turn into rain, fills up the ocean, fills our eyes and rolls down our face. The moon flies round the earth, flies round the sun, just far enough, just close enough to feel it shining, shining down on us. And I get to wake up every day next to you, crazy but true. Clouds turn into rain, turn into clouds, turn into rain, fills up the ocean, fills our eyes and rolls down our face. The moon flies round the earth, flies round the sun, just far enough, just close enough to feel it shining, shining down on us. And I get to wake up every day next to you, crazy but true. And I don't know why you love me, but you do, crazy but true. Thank you so much, y'all. I had a great time playing for you today. And I hope to see you again ScottSeanWhite.com, and on social media, Scott Sean White. Sean is S-E-A-N. I think my mama had a crush on Sean Connery. I think that's why she spelled it that way. But anyway, I've had a blast. I love y'all. I love this venue. Thank you so much.
The recipe for great food is simple. Make it fresh. Wings to Go in Greenville, where every order is a custom order made with fresh ingredients. Wings to Go, 7818 Wesley Street in Greenville. Simply great wings.
Hocus Pocus.
Into the night time!
They love to fly. And it shows.
Good night. Sleep tight. No screaming.